Welcome to episode 761 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, August 31st, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us.
So we're laughing at Wes, right?
God damn it.
Wes is struggling to get his video going, and it crapped out right before we started shooting.
He's frozen. He's frozen on a close-up.
He looks hilarious on the youtube.com/hardfactornews if you want to watch Wes struggle to get back in.
You know what it was?
The video chat.
He was too busy trying to get $10 off all the Discord users
It's
for
true.
Jack Pocket.
It's true.
Right before the show.
Wes and Pat are in a mad scramble against each other to see who can get more signups to the Jack Pocket app.
So that they can buy lottery tickets. It's all about lottery tickets, yeah.
Very important race. Wes is still not able to get this video working. Today on the podcast, we're talking weather, Afghanistan, football, sex, Russia, China, Brazil, Tennessee. Wes's video's back. I miss anything?
No, it's so stacked. The sex is a sex lightning round.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll just jump right in there, Will, because we're
stacked.
we're bursting at the seams.
We are.
Bras
is full
hate
of
us.
penises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty tight there on
No
the,
nerds
on the old
here.
stitching. Really quick though, before we get going, new Hive Hour is out on patreon.com/hardfactor bonus podcast talking childhood obesity, cryptocurrency, and wasp attacks. So that's a fun one. Also, Green Room app by Spotify. It's What the Fuck Wednesday tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Green Room app. That's live. That's a live show. You can join in and talk shit with us. We're talking craziest poop stories or camping stories. Which one?
I think we're just jumping right in. Scat. We're
Poop.
the scat.
Come
man.
on.
Diddly-diddly-bop. We're the scat, man. Diddly-diddly.
So Mark says scat. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down with poop stories. There's always funny poop stories. Or do you guys want to do camping? I think those were the two finalists.
Do you want to do
I
funny
got-
camping stories
yeah.
or funny scat stories?
I've got a funny camping story and scat story, so
Some of those might align.
yeah,
It's true.
it's true.
You guys ever use a groover? They call it the groover because it put grooves in your ass cheeks because it's just a bucket that you poop into.
Have not used a groover.
Yeah, groover. Gotta check
That's
it out.
when you really,
Groovy.
when you go camping, that's when you really know how much you actually shit. That's when you really first
You
first
take
find
inventory.
out. Yeah,
My body shuts it down.
Hits
on
a little
camping
harder.
trips.
yeah,
Doesn't
it's a
it?
little harder when you can see it all.
Slaps a little different, as the kids say. Pat, you got an opinion? Camping or poop?
Yeah, I got an opinion.
What is it?
Well,
All right, well, I mean, camping, I feel like it's too narrow. I don't want to do an hour on shit, but that's fine. Whatever. I'll go with the group consensus.
So shit it is.
He's the scat man. Follow at Hard Factor News on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Please subscribe and download wherever podcasts are free. Okay, let's do the news. A cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, trending news. August 31st holidays are Bacon Day,
My goodness.
which
starting up
is
strong.
pretty
Whoa.
good. Bacon Day, though, is one of those ones where I feel like it's got like Bacon Lovers Day, Bacon Bits Day. It's probably got lots. Eat Outside Day,
Good.
hashtag Fat Boy Summer. International Whiskey Day, Love Litigating Lawyers Day. No, they had to really kill
like
the movie
divorce
with that.
lawyer day.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's Divorce Lawyer Day. National Diatomaceous Earth Day. Don't know what that means. National Matchmaker Day. That's funny to have on Divorce Lawyer Day. National Trail Mix Day. Touch a Heart Tuesday. And We Love Memoirs Day.
Divorce lawyers, they're not like litigators is like someone who argues in court.
It's more, it's more broad. Yeah.
Love
Litigators-
Litigating Lawyers
They
Day.
will.
But it's love, yeah. Love.
Oh, right.
litigation.
It's like you're
Or you
loving
love-
litigators.
Right.
Lawyers get a bad rap,
confusing.
but that's made up for with their very, very high hourly rate. So I don't know why, like, they,
Yeah, so you
they're always
pay
like,
them
"Hey,
more.
We need a day to remind us that we're still human. Like, no, you need to buy that.
Yeah.
You need to buy that you're still human. From I
Right.
don't know from where. Maybe
That's
a
why
prostitute,
we
I don't know.
respect them so much, is because we pay them. If you
Exactly.
pay them so much that you respect them more.
You ever gotten a
That's how it works,
$395 bill for an email? I have.
Yep.
That's how it works with lawyers. Okay. Today in history, August 31st, huge day back in the mid 1800s. I got a 3-pack for you here of mid 1800s, August 31st. In 1888, the mutilated body of Marianne Nichols was discovered in the Whitechapel district of London's East End, and many believe she was the first victim of Jack the Ripper. So, Jack the Ripper.
That's not good.
Ooh, fun Ripper fact, guys. Anyone know why the moon towers, right? The famous moon party at the moon tower were
In
erected in Austin, Texas.
Because of
'Cause
murderers?
they thought he
Because-
moved here.
Prostitutes were getting murdered, and some
thought he moved
theorized
here,
that
yeah.
Jack the Ripper, because the murders stopped right around the murders in Austin started with enough time, and they were similar murders. Some people believe Jack the Ripper came on over.
Yeah. Did they have international newspapers back then, or like news? Because there's a lot of
I don't know, bro.
copycats. Plus, a lot of people.
Copycats, true.
A lot of people.
He
like
was
to kill
definitely famous.
prostitutes. Not
I mean, he was
nice.
definitely famous. There was a newspaper clipping,
Yeah.
obviously. So, 1888, August 31st is when he started his
Copycat.
terrible work. In 1850, taking it back a little bit before that, in the mid 1800s, King Kamehameha III.
Kamehameha.
King Kamehameha III
There it is.
officially declared Honolulu a city and the capital of his kingdom. Pretty sweet.
Oh, that guy's badass.
Yeah.
He's the
Right?
king of Hawaii.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
and you're like, Honolulu, this is my city. It's
Holy shit,
this
that
is my
guy got
kingdom.
laid all
Yeah.
the time. The king
So
of Hawaii.
much.
Oh, King of Hamana, 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 Hamana,
I can't-
Hamana, Hamana.
how many blowjobs do you want, King?
Yeah.
And then finally in 1864, the Confederates evacuated from Atlanta during the American Civil War, shortly before the Union troops led by General William Sherman occupied the city, which was a big turning point
Get 'em out.
in the Civil War.
And God, if I could go back and I'd show that Sherman.
That's Sherman. Yeah. Fun fact
God,
about
I wish I
Sherman.
could go back.
Yeah. Well,
Shut him down.
Pat, you and I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Sherman, if you are really remembering the South, because, fun fact, General Sherman was actually LSU's first president right before the Civil War broke out. And then, of course, he famously burned Georgia and South Carolina to the ground. So, a little awkward in the SEC.
Just like we will do in the SEC West this year. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
in the SEC final.
they've never really embraced the whole General Sherman thing of burning everybody else in the South to the ground. But
Real quick,
yeah, that's the fun fact in history.
snap take. LSU is not playing their game at home this week against UCLA. They're playing in Houston. Snap take.
No,
Is that-
in
they're playing
LA,
UCLA.
Rose Bowl.
Are they
baby.
playing in LA?
Will's
I thought
going
Will was
to
going.
Houston. My
Will's
bad.
going to be
Go to the
there.
game. Be at the game.
Oh, go on. Cool.
Yeah,
Do you think they're going to play harder for their city? That's what. Or that's. What
I
it's
mean,
gonna
they
say.
always do. They always, when a hurricane hits. I mean, you gotta be a little bit worried for UCLA, but UCLA looked good against
They
Hawaii,
looked
so it should
really
be a
good
game.
first week.
game.
It should be a good game. I mean, it should be a points fest, right? Bet the
Yeah,
over.
hopefully Max Johnson's got that LSU offense humming, and then hopefully an interception fest for the Tigers. I think some timely pickoffs would be nice. So yeah, all right, moving along. Trending news, 3-pack number 3, weather. They evacuated South Lake Tahoe at 11 a.m. Pacific on Monday due to the Caldor fire. 22,000 residents of South Lake Tahoe are coming mostly into Nevada, east and north of South Lake Tahoe to get away from the evacuation zone. The Caldor fire is only 14% contained as the latest update when we're taping, and it's burned 177 acres so far. Also, the Dixie Fire is still burning near Paradise, California, just a bit north in the Sierra Nevadas, with only 48% containment, and already burned 700,071 acres so far. It's the largest fire in California history. So,
Not good. Do they have you noticed, I don't know, like I don't think you leave the house much like I don't, but have you noticed like they're setting up centers like at the hotels and
I haven't noticed much yet, but I'm sure that everywhere over here, I think that people are actually staying closer to South Lake, then most of them aren't coming to Reno. But
Okay.
if it gets bad enough, they're all going to come down to the valley because they won't be able to stay at the rim of the lake anymore.
Huh.
Yeah. In other crazy news, Hurricane Ida is now a tropical storm somewhere over Tennessee, and it knocked out power for over 1 million people, including 100% of New Orleans. Ida also knocked out a lot of structures in Port Fourchon, Louisiana, caused bad flooding in Laplace, and vicious wind damage in Houma. Shout out Houma. But also some vicious psychological damage done to local weather reporters and their hecklers. Here it is, guys.
I told you back around 6 p.m.
Okay. This is in New Orleans,
We lost power here.
where a man
Did
did
a cartwheel.
cartwheels next to a guy in a helmet reporting the weather who's acting like it's really windy.
It's it's
And-
Troll City.
And
They're
here's
just
the guy
pumping.
just standing next to him.
Oh my God.
That's in New Orleans. These guys are just trolling this guy, weatherman in a helmet in the
Oh,
wind.
that's embarrassing.
Night is that
This
the
is
mail
in
delivery has
Mississippi,
returned.
Gulfport.
We saw
You see the
planes
truck
are
in the
still
background.
going there. I think we even have a
Um,
random person
This man's on the beach trying
going
to report
around.
the
You know, I'm
news.
going to turn this way because, you know, we deal with some people every once in a while. But going to go ahead and do that survey to make sure
does that
that
guy
they're
want?
okay. Craig, I'm going to toss it back to you because we have a person who needs a little help right now.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, that
He
was
wants them to report the weather accurately.
we didn't. The video cuts off with the guy like in his face, like pushing him.
Yeah,
That,
That
might have
guy-
been physical.
that guy had just lost his mind, and he was going after
Damn.
the weatherman for
He
some
definitely
reason.
just got off work based on the way he was dressed too.
What is he?
Oh,
What is he so mad about that they're saying it's worse than it is? Or?
I don't know. The storm had passed. Yeah, and that's what the guy was reporting. He's like, as you see, things are getting back to normal, and that guy's
Report
"You
it
better report it accurately. Yeah.
What is he talking about?
Well, any
I will-
chance to stamp out fake news?
Right. He accosted the weatherman. At the
I
end.
will say I can empathize with the million people in Louisiana, and this might be insensitive, certainly time sensitive. Hope you get your power back soon, but you'd expect your power to be lost from a Category 4 hurricane, not a couple inches of snow, Austin, Texas.
Oh, right. You're saying I would say that definitely Louisiana has handled Ida.
They're
better
crushing
than
it.
Texas.
Oh yeah, they're doing
handled
pretty good.
Just the cold. Yes.
So that was my little complaining. I hope you get your power back, but
Don't
take
believe
no-
what they say
take-
on the news
Take
about
notes,
the storm.
Texas. Yeah.
Well, they've made a lot of improvements. Since Katrina, which
Yeah.
obviously was a horrible experience. Okay, moving on. Number 2, another horrible experience. Blackhawk trended, as in the Blackhawk helicopter. It was trending on Monday due to new footage of the Taliban flying an American military Blackhawk chopper around Kandahar with a person hanging to death from the bottom of the chopper. Warning, it is very graphic, but here is that clip along with some other trending clips from Monday mixed in.
So it's hot boy summer in Afghanistan, and the Taliban is having the time of their life.
We're here right now with the Taliban as they enter into what was only minutes ago, it was an American-controlled portion of the military airport. Now they're taking over.
They got a new chopper.
Holy shit. They just look like our troops.
Yeah, well, they're using all of our.
I know.
Don't
There's the Blackhawk.
Don't look.
There's the Blackhawk in Kandahar, where they're doing a
Jesus,
public execution
fucking animals.
from the Blackhawk.
Lots of talk about because the first video that came out, it was just of them taxiing in a Blackhawk, and people were like, "Oh, there's no way they're going to get it off the ground." Lots of talk of how is this happening? Who is piloting it? The hardest thing to do in the world is pilot a fucking helicopter.
Well, somebody
Do you
probably
think
looked
that
it up
these
and
guys
figured it
can't
out.
figure out how to pilot? Like,
Not off
it's not-
Google. You need training.
it's not rocket science. It's a fucking piece of machinery that you can fly for sure. Obviously,
Certainly, somebody figured it
When
out.
was the last time you
there's-
talked to a helicopter pilot about how difficult it is
bullshit.
to fire a
Bullshit.
helicopter?
Obviously bullshit. They all figured it out pretty easily. That was like the fucking scene from Scarface. They just
Oh, they Scarfaced that guy.
they
And-
Scarface that dude.
Yeah, terrible. And it was obviously a public message. It's worth noting again just how much U.S. equipment the Taliban got to do this kind of terrible stuff with. Again, Pat has covered this before. 42,000 just like vehicles, SUVs, 22,000 like Humvees, several hundred tanks and other like armored vehicles, tens of thousands of machine guns and other heavy like guns, like 358,000 like assault rifles. 70. So they had 33 Blackhawk helicopters, like 76 other types of helicopters, multiple planes as well.
And everyone when we first covered this got in our mentions and we're like, they I remember I covered part of it and it was like, no, don't worry about it. They can't figure out how to use it, or it's
like
all
what Pat
left.
just
It's all
said.
exact. I mean, it's yeah, exactly. And like specifically one person in our YouTube comments. Clearly, that's not true.
Well, apparently the maintenance might catch up with them very quick, but that's a lot of fresh gear.
They're going to
run
crash
through.
a few copters, but they know how to fly them. Look, they can get them off the ground. It looks
They
like.
obviously figured it out. I'm just saying it's not every Tom, Dick, and Muhammad can fly a helicopter over there. It's like
listen, all they need is one guy to know
Not
how to
every
do it.
American, can fly.
It's like a wedding party. All they need one guy to know how to tie the bow tie.
The
and everyone
Taliban
gets the bow
seems
tie.
to be being underestimated a lot, and they're having the time of their fucking lives over there.
You heard Fox News say it. It's hot boy summer.
What
and
the fuck was
Taliban.
that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Who approved that? Fox?
Yeah, he's like rooting for him. He's got a
Punchy intro here to come back
got
from
a
this
Taliban
segment.
shirt. He's like,
The
woo!
Taliban are having the time of their lives. Related, the last U.S. troops are out of Afghanistan now, but some hundreds is the estimate of U.S. citizens remain in Afghanistan, some of whom still need to get out. President Biden is expected to speak on Afghanistan again this afternoon, Tuesday.
I think I did some research. I think they got 5 of the 6 California families that had kids that were in grade school.
That tracks. They say that
I think
most
they got
of the
5 of the
people
6
got
out.
out, but there's still some people
Families.
left.
Yeah.
Some people left that do need to get out. Number 1, the cream of the crop today, Bishop Sycamore. Have you ever heard of that high school program out of Ohio, guys? Storied Bishop Sycamore football program?
Mm-mm.
No, you haven't. Okay. So not sure if you guys have noticed, but ESPN has started playing a lot more high school football games on TV. Have you just noticed
Why?
that on the guide? But I don't know. They're starved for content because of COVID, maybe. Who knows? But one of those games last Sunday featured a team from Ohio called Bishop Sycamore, who got absolutely wrecked by Florida's IMG Academy, 58-0. And the problem is you'd think that would be a more competitive game being televised, nationally televised on ESPN. But the problem is that the Ohio School Athletic Association doesn't recognize Bishop Sycamore as a legitimate high school, and their physical location, practice facilities, and roster eligibility could not be verified because it's a completely fake school.
Whoa.
Also, yes, that doesn't exist. The team's head coach, Roy Johnson, allegedly has an active arrest warrant thanks to fraud charges as well. And most of their players
what was the mascot?
have already graduated high school.
Yeah, I don't care. How the hell do you get that many kids together for a fake high school?
So this guy, he had done like GoFundMe's and shit. He had set this up. So Roy Johnson, obviously a pretty good fraudster, has other fraud charges. It sounds like it looks like they're the Knights. Mark,
Is that fraud though? I mean, organizing. How many kids are on a high school team?
so what
They're
he
not.
did-
They're graduated from high school. It's definitely not good.
Yeah. If
Bunch of
any of them
inmates
are
out
over
there.
18,
Yeah.
which they will be.
It was
Yeah.
the longest yard.
Yeah.
What's the fraud? Like,
Exactly.
what's the scam?
They were JUCO players. A lot of them, I think. Like JUCO.
Imagine if they were better. Imagine if the score was flipped and they won 44-0 and were hurting these high
That
school
would be
kids.
amazing.
Yeah.
People would be even more upset. But
Yeah,
Pat,
they'd be pissed.
Pat, the reason that it is fraud is because Paragon Marketing Group was the people who sold like the game to ESPN. This,
Oh, it's the TV rights is the fraud.
Well, right. Well, there's money involved, right?
Oh, wow, I didn't
So
think about
Roy
that.
Johnson's
Bishop
team,
Sycamore
Bishop
got some
Sycamore.
money.
Yeah, they're playing Florida's IMG Academy,
Oh, my
which is
God.
like the defending national champs, right? And so like they sold that matchup to Paragon Marketing Group, who then sells it to ESPN.
We're really good. We
Then-
can take on the former national
Holy
champs.
shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit! TV. He was like, "What if we? I don't know. Put together a high school." Now you're talking.
It's like that movie Accepted with Justin Long or whatever. They did
my
a whole
God.
a fake high school.
Imagine you
Right.
get
That was a
call.
college though. So
Yeah, that was
this is
college.
even more like I guess heinous, I guess is the way you'd put it.
How much you paying me to put together a fake high school team?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
this guy,
amazing.
it almost worked out. He got on ESPN, but the funniest part was ESPN found out while they were on air that they had been had by Coach Roy Johnson
mid-game.
Here it is. Here's the announcers reacting.
Sycamore told us they had a number of Division I prospects on their roster. To be frank, a lot of that we could not verify. And they did not show up in our database. They did not show up in
They weren't in the
databases
database.
of other recruiting services. So it's
shit.
okay. If that's what you're telling us, fine. That's how we take it in. From what we've seen so far, this is not a fair
That's
fight.
the fraudster.
And
Yeah.
There's got to be a point now, Luge, where you do worry about
Yeah, those coaching shirts look real new.
Dude, he's got a
they
full
just-
coaching staff.
Oh yeah,
It looks like they just ripped the Vegas Knights logo.
Given the circumstances and the
this is
This is
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
and-
so
and
You know what? They should hire that guy to go get the rest of the people out of Afghanistan. He
Oh,
can trick,
he
Come
would-
on.
he would have them out
trick,
so
he
fast.
trick the Taliban so fast.
Hire the head of Paragon. That's the brains behind the operation. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. Paragon could be the brains pad. It's a good point, which is why there
So do
will
you
be
think they were just like
investigation.
they just were getting bodies out there because they got their ass kicked, or was it a lack of practice? Because
No, I mean it was all about just getting on. It was all about getting a group of players that would be believable enough to sell one of these deals.
it's like an old
They
guy.
Pat, they could probably compete with some high school teams, but they were going up against like the best team in the country.
And they
Yeah,
had played
defending
2
state
games.
champs.
Yeah.
So they played like 3
national
games
champs.
like all over the weekend, right? And
Right.
so like they had never played before, but he had filled out listings like on rivals.com and other places like that they had played these other big
He got
schools
a
that never
bunch of
did.
ex high school athleits that just
Yeah, it's like a
that
Disney
weren't
movie.
in their
He's like
30s yet. Yeah,
he's like driving around like looking for big
Yeah.
guys. Be like, hey, you play ball?
yeah, exactly. It's like the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, exactly.
He almost
shot?
Some guy's
He
carrying a
almost made
TV.
He
Like,
wanted-
get in
yeah.
here.
It didn't end like you wanted it to, did it? You want to
Yeah.
play a few more?
He almost made
I
it
thought
work.
my playing days were over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, you got to give him top marks for the effort.
Oh, it's
Coach Roy
incredible.
Johnson. Yeah, but in the end, I think he will be investigated, and that's today's cup of coffee in the big time.
Excellent.
Nice. All right. That today's cup of coffee in the big time was brought to you by Gabby. It's crazy how fast the prices of just about everything are rising. Gas, groceries, clothes, you name it. And all the experts are saying it's going to get worse before it gets better. I've been looking at all the ways I can personally cut costs. We have a lot of great sponsors on this podcast and ways you can save money. And I started with my auto insurance. I started with Gabby. Shopping for auto insurance sucks. I get it. So does Gabby. That doesn't sound right.
So
Sucks,
Gabby
huh?
gets it that it's
But Gabby gets
do.
it. Got it. Okay. Maybe it sounds like Gabby sucks too. Wait, I read it. That's weird.
which
Okay.
they don't.
No, they
No,
don't.
they don't. They're awesome.
the best.
That's
They
why
get it. They get
no,
it, man.
no shit. I actually did this before the show, and I cannot fucking wait to call my insurance agent Jared tomorrow and ask him what the fuck his problem is. Because Jesus, and because Gabby uses your current coverage, they only show policies that are the same or better than your current coverage. Many of them at a lower price, and Gabby is free to use, and they never sell your info. So no annoying spam or robocalls. Just a great verifiable quotes, not
Just trouble for
ballpark
Jared.
guesses. Yeah, just trouble for Jared. People who switch with Gabby can save on average $80 a month versus their current policy, like the one.
I got 70, full transparency, $70 a month, not bad
Yeah,
for my
pretty
auto
good.
insurance.
Yeah,
I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, no shit. I'm literally gonna call this bastard tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not just me who loves Gabby. Gabby has been featured in TechCrunch, Forbes, and USA Today. So start saving on your auto insurance today. Go to Gabby.com/hardfactor to start saving today. It's totally free. That's GABI.com/hardfactor. Gabby.com/hardfactor. All right, guys. This next one goes to show you that no matter what you are in the middle of, whether it's the SATs or childbirth, or even trying to rape and possibly murder someone in the woods, nothing will take your mind off whatever it is you're concentrating on doing better than getting some shit rubbed right in your face. Yeah. It just takes you right out of it.
Wow.
And knowing that is what saved one 30-year-old Tennessee woman's life. Okay.
Sounds like a green room story.
Right, exactly.
That was the most loaded sentence I've ever heard. There was so many heavy details.
Yeah.
Should be,
This
should be a
examples.
good story.
Yeah. So the woman who was walking her apparently cowardly and useless dog last week at Forks of the River Wildlife Management Area in Knoxville, Tennessee, when this homeless man, 47-year-old Michael James Ward, or MGD, as his overpass campmates call him, because MJW is close enough to MJD for them, and they will, it's easy to remember. So it's just, hey, MJW, we're going to call you MGD.
He goes by MGD.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I made it up.
Wes just envisioned a scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
I was that camp, I'd call him MGD.
Yeah, MGD.
Starts right.
Yeah.
Starts with an M.
That's right. MJW. No, you look like an MGD, baby.
That's cold.
Did you graduate high school or did you get your MGD?
That's right. So MGD attacked the woman as her dog sped off for safety, not looking back once to see if the owner was okay at all, while MGD was ruthlessly punching her in the face and head, frantically trying to drag her into the woods where nobody could see or hear what he was going to do to her. So fearing for her life, as MGD brandished a knife, she reached for the only thing she had with her, something she knew that would get MGD's mind off raping and killing her, and that was the bag of dog shit her candy-ass dog left behind, and smeared it all over MGD's face.
Wow.
The dog was useful.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, he was useful, but he wasn't purposely useful. So, according to the police report, the quote, the victim said she began screaming and kicking the suspect and took her cell phone out of her pocket to call 911. The victim said that the suspect then grabbed her cell phone and fled into the woods toward the river because he was freaking the fuck out because he had dog shit all over his face and needed to get to the river as soon as he could. The victim said she then ran down the trail and used another walker's phone to call the police. Yeah, but MGD had escaped, jumping into this paddle boat, and he just paddled down the river with his shit-covered face down the Tennessee River. What's that?
That's a canoe. It has a paddle, but yeah, it's a canoe.
The paddle boat, whatever. Really, you're gonna get specific on the fucking kind of boat.
That guy is a riverman if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, you're not gonna
it's
find
just different. If you're fleeing in a canoe and you're fleeing in a paddle boat, you're gonna get significantly further.
Okay.
In a canoe.
This looks. I mean, he's got a paddle. It's a boat. What the fuck?
A paddle boat is like the one with like a swan on the back of it that you use in like a pond.
Holy
I don't
shit.
think they're gonna find MGD. Now he's got
Now
he's got the camouflage, the brown camouflage of the poop.
Yeah,
He's seen
He's
some
gone.
wild times on that river.
He looked like Schwarzenegger when he's about to fight Predator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How satisfying must it have been to take a hot bag of dog shit and just force it into someone's face who's attacking
Amazing.
you?
Wow,
That
what a great
feeling.
move. Also, what
Pretty
it's going to
good.
be, this is going to sweep the nation. I mean, this is a reason why people should keep their dog shit picked up, because now you have the ultimate self-defense.
That's right. Yeah, it'll take your mind off anything. So he escaped into his canoe, wherever the fuck it is, and he paddled down the river. And I guess the dogs came and they were searching for him. So, but he knew that he had to like ditch the canoe. So the dogs lost his scent as they were searching for him.
How did they lose his scent? He smelled like dog shit.
I don't know. I think he took a nice dip in the river there.
MGD knows how to get out of a sticky situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's like smearing the dog shit on trees over there.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to you, MGD?
You
Smell like shit.
You smell like shit, boy. So they lost him, and then 2 days later they put that picture of him in the fucking paddle boat, and someone
Where did they get that?
someone
Where'd they
saw
get
him.
that picture?
I have no idea how they got this picture. I guess his friends had it or some shit. I don't know. Yeah,
It's his
like he
personal
got this-
getaway.
It is a canoe.
Yeah.
It is a
Someone
canoe.
it's
take
a canoe,
a picture of him with the cell phone he stole is what it looks like, and then maybe they iClouded it. Because why else would they have a fucking photograph of him in the canoe he fled with?
I have no idea, but someone recognized him a couple days later at a convenience store and like citizen arrest his ass, and they pinned him down until the cops got there. So now he's facing charges, for battery, aggravated robbery, aggravated kidnapping.
Yeah.
The woman was treated for some apparently pretty serious injuries to her head and face, and her dog was found 20 miles down the road and returned to her safe and sound.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dog's
I don't know
fine.
about the dog. I just assumed because he was running so far fast.
Oh, was he returned?
I believe the dog's fine. I don't know. He was 20 miles away because
you're making up the dog thing too. Okay, got it.
Yes, I'm making up the dog thing too. Yeah.
All right.
Stretching
Well, he's
the story
fine. The
for-
dog's fine.
Dog's fine. Yeah.
Dog's fine.
Still a coward.
good.
But it's fine.
It's not eaten by a bear.
No.
Okay. You gotta find out what
MGD, man.
MGD.
Classic MGD. You got an extra smoke.
I'll remember that. I ain't gonna remember MJW.
We should do an
That's why
animated.
we call you MGD, Miller Genuine Draft.
We should do an animated show with of like a homeless camp, people at a homeless camp. What'd you get into, MGD? You've been gone all day and you come back smelling like this.
Into something.
I've always wondered.
Tell us.
You got mud on your face.
You guys have all seen like a homeless barbecue, like going on at a park or like an underpass or something.
Oh, yeah.
I've always wondered what kind of a time that is. I mean, that's just got to be one of
That's
the
what I'm saying.
wildest parties. Like,
That's what I'm saying. We need an animated show where we get to come up with the stories that they're saying.
yeah, that would be a great setting for an animated show. Just like a homeless pit.
It's like King of the Hill, but
there's
under a
like-
tunnel,
yeah.
and they're not employed.
We
There's
could
like
make
an
a good
oil
one.
drum, but yeah,
That's got to be a self-financed endeavor. I don't see any network picking that up.
they cook. Well, why not?
Why not?
Because homelessness is a serious issue in this country.
It's like Oscar
That's
the Grouch.
why
That's why
it's
he
gonna,
got canceled.
That's why it's going to sell like hotcakes because it's
gonna kill.
Everyone's aware of the homeless situation.
Right, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Pat, everybody's seen in real life like a homeless barbecue going on, and they've always wondered and they've heard them cracking up.
It's a
and
great
they're like,
title for the show, too. Homeless
It's
barbecue.
relatable.
The awareness scores are off the charts here, guys. This is a tent pole.
Everyone knows an MGD or two.
That's right.
Yeah, I wonder what their nicknames are. That's what I think every time I walk by.
And
Like,
then-
man, one of them's probably named MGD.
The show answers that question for you. Yeah.
Gentlemen, to switch topics, mental health is something I struggle with. I've talked about it on the show. I've been battling depression since before I had pubes. And one of the things I've found to be invaluable in terms of being able to keep it on the tracks is therapy. It's a must. And Talkspace, y'all, is just about the easiest and most affordable way to do it, especially if you're a first-timer. Talkspace makes it easy to match with a licensed therapist, schedule live video sessions, all from the comfort of your phone or your computer. And you can start messaging your therapist the same day you sign up. It's pretty dope. They are very thorough, and they have someone communicating with you the whole process. I signed up, I want to say 3-4 months ago, and wasn't really sure where to go. I needed to get with a psychiatrist who could prescribe me new meds, and then I wanted to talk to a counselor for therapy, and they worked the whole thing out. It was awesome. So they'll find you the right person for what you need. Talkspace therapists are experts in dozens of specialties, including anxiety, depression, relationships, and more, to help you start feeling better. And honestly, if you're feeling like shit, which a lot of us are, do something about it. I did. And Talkspace offers individual and couples therapy. So if you're having issues with your lady or your man, you might want to check in on that. In addition to medication, prescription services, as I spoke about earlier. So set goals with your therapist. They can help you make sure you're progressing, which is great. Talkspace therapists help you develop tools to cope in difficult times. So start feeling better with a single message. You can match with a licensed therapist when you go to Talkspace.com. And get $100 off your first month with promo code HARDFACTOR. One word. That's $100 off your first month when you use code HARDFACTOR at Talkspace.com. Make it happen, y'all.
Yeah, therapy's great too because like online versions are, work so well. It's not like a different type of medicine where, it might be difficult.
100.
online.
I thought it was gonna be weird, but like it was the exact same as in-person therapy, except you didn't have to drive there, you didn't have to park, and
It's awesome.
and you could let them rip too, because I always
Yeah,
get
you can
gassy when I
smoke
start
on.
talking.
Well, and you can smoke if you want. You can just rip cigs too.
I didn't do that out of respect
I've done
for
that
my-
in therapy on online before. It's great.
Nice.
Okay.
Whole new world of possibilities.
There you go. And on the Green Room apps, too. Guys, you know what the definition of soft is? It's when a Russian sushi delivery chain pulls their advertisement featuring a black man eating sushi with white women and then apologizes that it ran the ad in the first place because some weak-ass far-right Russian hate group called the Male State didn't like it. Here's the ad.
Wait, the Male State
That's
is
what
the
that's
name
what they
of
call,
their
that's
group?
the translation.
This sounds like a TikTok international moment.
Yeah,
because he's
let's-
biting his lip.
We're
let's
in
be
the
honest.
TikTok international moment right now.
Oh,
Sorry I didn't play
wow.
the thing. I'll play it in between the next story. Yeah, we're in the TikTok international moment. We're in Russia. So, guys, the sushi chain pulled the ad after the nationalist anti-woman group called the Male State and its leader, Vladislav Pozdyakov, were just sickened by the idea of a black dude eating sushi and potentially banging one or all of the 3 white women in the advertisement, and God forbid passing on his non-white seed. So they made threats against the sushi chain, which is called Yo Bito Yobi, and gave them a bunch of bad reviews on online maps and the App Store and Google Play, according to the company's founder. So
The Male State's organized.
yep, they're organized. Yeah, they ordered a bunch of food and then didn't pick it up.
That really got under their skin.
Yeah, so the soft ass sushi chain apologized and pulled the ad. Oh no, bad reviews on Google Maps. Oh,
You can actually bury a
apologized?
restaurant that way.
Oh yeah, you can.
they fucking apologize, guys. This sushi chain are a bunch of scared soft serve bitches, and their apology said they put it on their Instagram. On behalf of the entire company, we want to apologize for offending the public with our photos. We've removed all the content that caused this commotion. Literally, for those of you listening at home, it's just a black dude and 3 white chicks eating sushi.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. They went on to say that they're arranging a meetup where Vladislav Pozdyakov and his followers will have the opportunity to dunk their testicles in ponzu and wasabi and then into the mouths of the owners of the sushi chain.
Damn.
So
Yeah, but Pat, you know what it is, though. You know, it's because he's biting his lip and he's like, you know what? I'm about to fuck these white women. That's what it looks like.
Is that-
And
was that-
that's
I think
that's
he's
why
just
that's
like-
why the racist
Wait,
people are
but
pissed
is that
off.
what you're getting out of that? Yeah.
No, that's what the racist people are pissed off
isn't
about.
he biting his lip because he's like, I'm
It's
about to eat
delicious
this
sushi.
sushi?
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
it's
telling
delicious
you,
sushi.
I'm telling you, that's what the racist people are latching on to.
Put it back up, Pat.
I mean,
I don't
if that's what you're getting from it, Wes, I say go.
Well, no. I think the one girl.
That's the only thing I can see that they
No,
might be.
no,
mad
the one girl with the red lipstick who's leaning in so far, she's making it too sexual. That photo.
You know what I like to
doesn't
do
need to be as sexual
directly
as she's-
after a full
she's
meal
making
is getting a foursome. The second I'm done slamming this sushis and noodles, I'm gonna bang everyone in the room. No, that's not.
It's lighter
need
fare.
at least 30 minutes.
These guys are
it is lighter fair.
anti-interracial.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yes.
The
That's what he's
male
saying.
state in Russia, yeah.
The male state. The male state is
You see this ad? With
awesome.
you see the sushi ad?
They seem like a real
What's their
reasonable
slogan?
group.
What's their
Look
tagline?
how close he is.
Like, and also, the male state is not eating sushi either. That's my thing.
No,
Like,
they're not.
No, but they're getting mad online. And the
I could
the
see if it
sushi-
was like fried chicken or like hot dogs. That
Look,
that,
the
that,
su-
that
they
this
don't
was
care.
going after that they'd be pissed
they
about.
just
like,
don't want the picture
male
to
state
exist.
food.
The sushi people just had never dealt with online trolls. The magnitude of the male state.
Yeah, they
that's-
panicked.
Yeah,
They
they panicked. They didn't realize the male state. They didn't realize they could weather the male state storm.
Had they doubled down and dunked on the male state, they would have still got some bad reviews, but they would have gotten a bunch
They
of
would have
like
got so many
woke
positive
people
ones.
to go
Yeah.
and eat there, and they would have made a lot more money. Now they're double fucked.
Except
They're
for the
fucked
fact that
both
it's
ways.
Russia, and no, the male state controls advertising in Russia.
Yeah.
They got an LGBTQ positive ad pulled from a grocery store last month.
Male state got 'em.
I mean, like again, if,
All right.
if they were
Yeah,
like,
but couldn't
if it was,
non-Russian
like-
people comment on this stuff or
Yeah,
like leave
if,
reviews?
if they know the Cyrillic language, like if it was like a Golden Corral ad, I get it, but just sushi, it's not for you, you know. All right, guys, let's kick it over.
Wait, play the thing.
Oh, sorry. What time is it, y'all? It's
Play it.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tingles
go.
the ears.
all right, guys. Brazil. Let's go to Brazil. A gang of Brazilian bank robbers went to extreme measures to show police that they meant business with the hostages that they took, tying multiple hostages to roofs and hoods of their getaway cars early Monday morning, Brazil time. A gang of more than 20 heavily armed men attacked 3 banks in the center of Aracatuba, using more than 14 bombs around the city to serve as a diversion. And according to local media, after the robbery, the gang took a number of hostages and surrounded the local military police station. Gang members also blocked key access roads into the city by setting up cars at traffic lights. Multiple videos of the getaway were posted to social media that showed multiple cars slowly driving through the city, weaving from side to side like they were in a Swish a House music video.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Yep. Some people were tied to roofs. Some people were tied to hoods, or what I can only assume that the robbers referred to as ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
This
that.
sounds like the sounds and looks kind of like the plot to Fast Five when they were in Brazil, and they pulled off a multi-height. Yeah, that's
I mean, like,
intense.
were they doing that so that like helicopters didn't shoot through the roofs of their
Yeah.
cars? Or
Yeah.
'Cause I guess they wouldn't shoot people on camera.
They wouldn't shoot civilians on camera. They
Right.
wouldn't take shots at the car of civilians. Those were like not robbed. Those were their hostages on top of the car. So they're used. They did Operation Human Shield from like South Park.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Tragically, at least 2 are dead, multiple seriously injured. It's unclear if the hostages have been freed. But
I don't think they were going to
What,
free
are we
those
talking about
guys.
hostages dead?
oh no, a cyclist is dead. A guy that was filming them, big mistake, is dead. And a woman. Well, the cyclist isn't dead. He had to have his legs cut off though. And then a woman was killed during the shootout with police. Okay,
They meant business.
Whoa.
yeah. Apparently, these raids, man, have been taking place big. I mean, there's like 20 to 25 guys, 14 bombs around the city.
That's organized.
Big ass caravan of cars with humans tied to the hoods and the, roofs. Crazy. All right,
That's Brazil for you.
that's Brazil.
Yeah, that's Brazil. You know.
That's
What'd you say? Monday morning? Yeah.
Yeah,
We've covered
okay.
it.
All right.
Toxoplasmosis gondii. Look it up.
He'd knock out Ned.
You ever seen City of God? Come on. Yeah.
All right, guys. Communist China is clamping down on what they're calling spiritual opium. What is spiritual opium? Well, it's the less fun younger brother to actual opium, and it's, of course, video games. Yeah, the government has forbid children under the age of 18 from playing video games for more than 3 hours a week as a way to fight back against the growing addiction to the spiritual opium that the youths of China are experiencing in droves.
They got to come up with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please.
I was saying they got to come up with a different name if they're going to vilify it, because spiritual opium sounds just delightful.
Sounds sick, right?
Sounds fun.
Yeah, they got to vilify it a little bit more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. The new rules dictate, guys, that the gamers under 18 can only play for 1 hour a day, specifically between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m., and only on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So if you want to talk shit to dumbass kids on COD until they cry, that's going to be your best window to do so. Alternatively, if you cry from dumbass kids talking shit to you on Call of Duty, you might want to take a break from 8 to 9 China time.
You won't now because what China's doing is they're stripping their nation's youth of their abilities at video games. They're going to get very bad very quickly, and they'll just be outclassed by all the other nations.
Yeah, they're going to do horrible in video game tournaments, but they're also toughening up the kids. They're going one direction, and America's going a little bit of a different direction. I just turned on like primetime TV because I do mostly like streaming services, and I randomly turned on primetime TV the other night, and it was season 2 of Lego Masters, hosted by Will Arnett, which just has the biggest dorks that America has to offer for children competing in a Lego tournament. And then right after that, in the middle, was a commercial for like the alter ego or avatar singer, where it was a bunch of teenagers that have stage fright and anxiety, so they have to come out on stage in an avatar, like from the movie Avatar, and that allows them to get over their anxiety, and they can then sing in a competition for people that are too anxious. And that's what we're promoting, which is great stuff. But I mean, it's a little bit different than what China's doing, if you ask me.
Saying China's turning up the T.
China's getting a little more competitive, turn up the T a little bit, and we're doing the avatar singer.
Well, they're definitely pushing the limits with the medals. I mean, like they're claiming they technically won this last Olympics.
Our childhood obesity is going up.
Yeah, very high.
They don't know whether or not.
Crushed.
This was specific. So, like the state media came out and said that this was specifically related to the addiction and it being damaging to the youth. But a lot of people are theorizing that it's because the Chinese video game and tech businesses were getting too big, and China, like they did to Alibaba, was trying to slap them on the wrist. And
how many hours of hacking training are they allowed to do for the government?
I don't know, guys, but the announcement was met with a collective fuck from parents all across the country of this single time zone authoritarian state. The restriction will be enforced with or by the removal of one finger until NES is the only gaming option open to rule breakers. It is not just the responsibility of the kids and their parents, but the gaming companies as well, who will be potentially persecuted or prosecuted if they let kids play on their systems. Taking it to the internet on Weibo, one user who wasn't happy with the new rules wrote, "Why don't you plan when I go to the toilet, eat meals, and go to bed?" To which the state media responded, "Soon enough."
Yeah. I mean, obvious that guy doesn't get that's like on the menu. That's on the agenda could definitely include that.
There you go.
I mean, that's a crazy policy.
Well,
Crazy
it's not
policy.
new. A year ago, it was like an hour and a half, like 4 days a week. Or,
This
or
is the
3 days a
same
week.
country that did the kid limiting thing, guys. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Is it really that surprising?
Yeah, I mean, they're taking
Like,
uteruses out of people.
Oh man, it's so shocking that China's cracking down on their citizens. My God.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just always this is what they've done forever. This is going to be. It's the way it is.
I mean, what is the punishment? Do we know? If they don't know,
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, they disappear you.
Black hooded, you're out.
Yeah, whatever it's always been.
Yeah, it's called. You're in a different video game then. It's Survive. Yeah.
You heard they take a finger until you can only play NES.
Yeah.
Take them to the mines. Whatever they do.
Jesus, I was just trying to beat Zelda 2, Breath of the Wild 2, and now I'm 16-year-old in jail. Okay, that was crazy. Guys, there's nobody on the planet like you. Not like you, or you listening. So why would you buy a generic mattress built for everyone else? You spend so much time on your mattresses, but do you truly have the best one for you? Probably not. Definitely not. Unless it's a Helix mattress that was specifically matched to you after you took their 2-minute sleep quiz. Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that. So they have several different mattress models to choose from: soft, medium, and firm mattresses that cool you down if you sleep hot, and even a Helix plus mattresses for plus size sleepers. I took the Helix quiz and I was matched with the Helix Plus mattress with full support and medium feel for back and side sleepers, and of course got that temperature control. Wes, you got something incredible sent to you, right?
It's like the Supreme Dream Machine, I think they call it. I don't remember the exact name, but it's it's temperature control. It's amazing.
Look at Wes's eyes. You see any bags under there? No, he's been sleeping like a baby. So if you're looking for a mattress, you take the quiz, you order the mattress that you're matched to, and the mattress comes right to your doorstep for free. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine. That's pretty good. Just go to helix.com/hardfactor, take their 2-minute quiz. They'll match you to a customized mattress, and you'll get the best sleep of your life. And they have a 10-year warranty, and you can try it out for 100 days if you want, risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't like it, but you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/factor. That's helixsleep.com/hardfactor. Sorry, helixsleep.com/hardfactor for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows. Do it. Okay, and I have a sex story lightning round for you to end the show. Let's call it the sex station. Is that all right?
What a treat.
Let's head over to the last stop sex station. Lots of good sex stories came in the news or were submitted to us this week, and okay, we'll play ball. I'm gonna go from least crazy to most crazy, and we're gonna end on bat shit crazy. So first up, let's head over to the quaint town of Eureka in Humboldt County, California. They must have a few pranksters living there, as a dildo was affixed to the roof of the town gazebo this past week. Look at that.
Amazing.
Oh, nice placement.
Look at that.
It's gonna be hard to get down.
It's so high up there.
That's a
Give me the
chode,
lasso.
man.
It's pretty good.
How long was it up there?
A couple days. So Eureka City Manager Miles Slattery and 2 of his workers were informed of the dildo on the beautiful Old Town structure and went ahead and did what they are paid to do in those scenarios, and that's climb up on the roof of that goddamn gazebo and yank that dildo right off.
Yeah, you better.
but there was a problem. It wasn't glued or suctioned on, guys. It was screwed in by creative and smart pranksters, so it took a while to get off, and they needed a vice grip and some channel lock pliers.
Oh man, you know the prankster is somewhere with a telephoto lens when that's happening.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, you'll see why that's definitely true, Pat. The local paper Lost Coast outpost showed up and asked if they could take pictures of the worker removing the dildo, but he declined. He declined to take like official pictures, but they luckily for us they took a few candid shots anyways. Here's some of them. He's climbing up. It gets so much better. It gets so much better. Look at this. He's
really struggling with it.
He's yanking
really
on
yanking
it.
on that
He's
thing.
yanking on it.
Oh, he's got his tongue out.
There's one more.
Oh, wow.
Like it's a shake weight.
Yeah,
Damn,
he's
did
got that
get it in
shaft.
They
gripped.
wrecked that guy.
Can we take pictures? I'd really rather you didn't.
And they did. This poor bastard, he definitely gets out of the next shitty job. Like someone else on the team is yanking off the next dildo, of which there will be several, as these pranksters accomplish more than they could have ever imagined.
What a great prank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude, the copy machine is working overtime in that guy's office with those photos. They're just
so good.
non-stop copying that photo for him.
Look at this. Oh man, that guy's gonna be getting dicks for Secret Santa for the rest of the time he's at that job.
Oh, that's
Dude,
terrible.
the rest of his life, Christmas
Yeah.
cards, the rest calendars.
It's him.
It's so good.
I'm just
If
gonna
I-
start calling him like Dildo Mike.
Can you get this for me? Can you get this for me, Mike? And by the way,
call you Dildo Mike?
We need someone with a real strong grip for this job.
Dildo Mike can help you out.
Mike, help him out. I'd be on the lookout, by the way, if I was in this town, for a group of 3 to 5 teenage boys purchasing large quantities of dildos at the local sex shop and giggling the entire checkout process. It's probably who you're looking for.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Next up, this story is a year old, but it's so good, and it fits this sex segment to a T, or should I say to a D. So we're going to do it. And thanks for submitting it, Colin from California. So what do you think is happening in this still shot of this reenactment from a real case Dr. Matthew Valente had?
Oh,
What do you
okay.
think's
This
happening?
guy's got, he's
Doctor
shocked
and a nurse and a
at how
guy.
painful his hand is. Oh, stuck. His hand's stuck on his penis.
Sure looks like it, right? There's a doctor and a nurse asking a guy why his hand's down his pants.
He's got something real itchy, like a real bad rash on his junk.
Okay, stuck or itchy. Well, by the way, Dr. Matthew Valente is like Sly Stallone. He demanded to play the role in his story. That was
the real doctor right
that's
there?
the doctor. And the show that was on is called, the TV show is called Sex Sent Me to the ER, which is a show that I'm going to have to put in my rotation now.
Amazing.
That's going to be in there. But anyways, that image was a guy that super glued his entire hand, palm, and all of his fingers to his penis.
Yeah.
Stuck indeed, Will.
It can happen. I mean, this is not our first rodeo with this.
You can
with
super
this.
glue your hand to your dick. Can it happen?
I mean, I use super glue
Yeah, we've talked about it. I think a couple times.
a
at least.
lot.
What?
So why would you do that?
I don't know, man.
He thought it was lube, maybe.
No,
Yes.
man.
Will-
You know
Will-
it's super glue.
Will's onto it. No. The story goes his wife woke him up for some morning sex, and in a groggy state, he reached into the nightstand to grab a bottle of lube to lube up his rod. But he forgot he fixed the nightstand the night before and left the tube of super glue next to the tube of lube. Whoopsies! So he was like about to have some morning sex, and he went and got what he thought was the lube, and he said immediately, something's wrong. Yeah.
I call bullshit. He's like, why is there only 0.5 ounces of lube in this container?
The
Usually
wife was
pretty
with
small.
him, Pat, and she wasn't happy. We'll get to that. Dr. Valente said this was a large amount of skin that was affixed together. It wasn't just a small amount of glue, and it wasn't just one finger. Apparently, they thought of 3 possible solutions to get the glued together hand and penis unseparated or separated. They said they by the way, they should have called the guy from Pat's story yesterday because that guy definitely has gotten his penis.
Oh, he
super
knows.
glued yeah, he knows how to fix it. The
He
guy-
knows
You wanna-
every trick.
You want to start with butt stuff or?
I can get a dick out of a hand, super glued, no problem. 31,000 a porn. But the options were a painful acetone soak, ouch, a hot soapy water submersion, which probably was good, or just waiting it out until the respective skin crumbled off, which could have taken some time. Yeah. To make matters worse, the couple was like the wife was there. The couple were supposed to be hosting an anniversary party for the wife's parents. So the in-laws ended up having to show up at the hospital instead of their house. And the dad, who was agitated as was the daughter, recommended the acetone soak, which is by far the most painful but quickest option. And the doctor said it almost looked like he wanted him to be in pain. They ended up laying him on a massage table that had a hole in the middle like he was in a porn, and they laid him face down and shoved his junk through the hole and put his whole situation in a hot soapy bucket, and after a few hours his hand came loose from his dick.
Oh my God.
Wow. Well, I mean, hey, all's well that ends well.
What an ordeal. The guy wanted to remain anonymous, obviously. Yep. And the last one, you guys ready for this? You're definitely not. You can't be. But it's coming. Here it is. 39-year-old Tyson Gilbert gave Tennessee Highway Patrolman Bobby Johnson quite the shock a few days ago. Johnson approached Gilbert, who had parked his car like off to the side of the highway, but kind of in the way. And he was going to give him a ticket because, you can't be parked there, right? Gilbert didn't like that, though. He tried to flee the scene in the car. He didn't want a ticket or to interact with Officer Johnson at all, I guess. But unfortunately for Gilbert, it wasn't a great day for fleeing, not great fleeing conditions. And he was caught kind of in the middle of the road with nowhere to go at a few points. And that's when he started to let Officer Johnson in on a little secret. The secret was that he, in fact, was the craziest man in the entire world, and what he did next was cut his penis clean off during the chase.
What?
Why did he do that?
Then he slowed down to open his car door and let Officer Johnson in on the new developments to his Johnson, which was described as him being in a frenzied state by the officer. And I bet it was. I bet he probably looked like Willem Dafoe in any movie. Just the craziest face imaginable with a wildly gory crotch area.
Jesus.
This guy sliced his own dick off mid-chase.
Mid-chase. It was a slow chase. If Officer Johnson...
Trying to shave and he slipped, or...
No, it was a clean cut. If Officer Johnson was confused at what he was seeing then, he wouldn't be for too long, as Gilbert got back in the car and continued down the road a little bit, but then he rolled down his window as the chase slowed again and threw his severed penis at Johnson's patrol car. Look out, Johnson! It's a Johnson! Officer Wang, you're not going to believe it, but it's a penis headed your way. It's like the scene from Austin Powers, except morbidly real, and with a real penis.
It's a bloody dick flying through the air. Did it land on the windshield? Like splatter the windshield?
Oh, man. If that's not a get out of jail free card, I don't know what is, right?
You're right, Pat. I don't know exactly where it hit, but so yeah, I guess that's when Johnson probably called for backup or called his wife or whatever you do in that scenario when the guy you're after cuts his dick off. But outside of the penis, there was no further incident, luckily. Johnson got his man, and when he asked Gilbert why on earth he would cut off his own cock, he said that the radio told him to do it to save the world. So hopefully it was a schizophrenic thing and not a prank by a shock jock. Go ahead and cut your penis off to save the world. Wah, 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 wah. Do it now or we all die. Boing, 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 boing.
If you're running from the cops,
There's one surefire way to get out of a ticket.
This is DJ Orson well hung, and we've got a war of the world situation on our hands. But one of their weaknesses is if you cut off your penis, they get real squeamish and die. Go ahead and lock that bad boy off. Doing, doing.
Jesus Christ.
So the radio,
wow, that's terrible.
The radio told him to do it.
That's what that guy heard in his head, though, what we just did.
Yeah, pretty much. Gilbert refused to get his penis reattached. I think he was saying that was bad
What's
for
done
the world.
is done.
No,
Good the state of the world.
Good of the world.
Right.
You can't get it reattached.
You can't get it back now.
That'd be
What, are you crazy?
You don't know how
Did you hear what the radio said?
What are you, nuts?
You're welcome.
Yeah. He starts freaking out. No. What are you doing?
Wait till I tell my buddy MGD about this.
That guy definitely knows an MGD or two. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Check us out, tomorrow on the regular show tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time for the Green Room. Yeah, other than that,
Craziest poop stories. That's what we're going.
Bring up the poop stories, guys.
Damn it.
Try to top the penis cutoff stories.
No, I got a
good
good one. I've got a couple. I know.
There's
I
one
know
time I was
Mark's,
shitting and
I got a good one. I don't want to spoil it. You're gonna have to tune in. I mean, it's good.
Tell me you haven't had some crazy ones.
It's embarrassing for me, is what it is. But thanks for tuning in and supporting us. We love you guys. Have a great fucking day.